Hello and welcome. This is Ely's Mustache bringing you another Assault Shield gameplay and commentary. Today we're going to be talking about Kill Confirmed, covering a few topics: winning fights while you have the Assault Shield, earning points in this game type, and some tips for winning in Kill Confirmed. One thing I like about the Shield is that you can kind of run around the map more easily than with one of the other guns. Because you have this portable cover with you all the time, right? So when you see an enemy player, you have a moment to evaluate the situation, and even though you may not necessarily have the drop on them, you do have the opportunity to still win the fight. It's particularly useful in game modes like Team Deathmatch, where the enemy players may not be moving as much. Alright, so winning fights with the route shield. As you approach an enemy, you have 4 choices of what you can do. You can bash them with their shield, which is really not what I recommend most of the time. You can throw some lethal equipment at them, which the two that are really useful are going to be your C4 and the throwing axe. Now, throwing axe being a lot more difficult, I don't normally use it. You know, you have to have, your aim has to be spot on with it. But on the other hand, if you are running Scavenger, it will generate blue bags for you, which is nice. So we'll stick to C4 for our discussion. Your 4 choices are C4. Hit them with your shield, swap to your secondary, or you can plant the shield and then fire over the top of it or around it, drop down to the ground maybe to get some cover, whatever it is you feel like doing there in the situation. One thing you'll see in some of my gameplays, I do throw C4 a lot. Counts for roughly 45% of my kills. I have over 10,000 kills with it now out of roughly 20,000 uses, which is a high percentage. But using the shield allows you to get that high percentage. Most of the time running around with the rifle, you won't be able to do that well with C4. The pistols account for approximately 45% of my kills also, with the other 10% coming from the shield, about 4% there, and about 6% of my kills come from kill streaks. A lot of the time I do run UAV, counter UAV, VSAT there, so not as many lethal kill streaks. So to use C4 well, you need to be able to throw it really far, and you can throw it a lot further than most people realize. The trick is not to just tap the trigger while you're walking and facing your enemy, right? You want to look up as you throw it. And I have a habit of jumping a lot while I move forward and throw it. That's just a habit left over from previous game. I don't know if jumping and moving adds extra momentum to it in this game or not, but because it's a habit, I'm just used to doing it. The other thing with C4, it's critical to be able to detonate the C4 without using the trigger, because when you pull the trigger, you get like this little detonator thing out of your pocket, and you move your shield off to the side, which opens you up to getting damaged. However, if you double tap your reload button, which is square on PlayStation and the X button on Xbox, that'll detonate your C4 for you, and you can detonate C4 very quickly this way. So quickly, in fact, that you risk blowing yourself up if you're too aggressive with it. You need to time your C4 based on what the enemy is doing. Oftentimes, they'll be shooting at you, which would be the exact wrong time to throw it. Especially depends on what weapon they're using. I have the most trouble against the 870 shotgun, because the 870 fires just fast enough to where you don't have time to swap your secondary or to even throw C4, and they can get you with that one-hit kill weapon. Other guns, even though they may hit you, typically they won't get enough shots to kill you before you manage to kill them with your C4 or your pistol. You notice I use the Executioner a lot. It's my favorite weapon to use in Kill Confirmed and in Team Deathmatch with the Assault Shield. For one, it is an enjoyable weapon to use, but I also find that it's very effective. Of the pistols, it is my highest kill-death weapon, and having the shield allows you to get into a range with this gun that you wouldn't normally be able to get. Going back to the timing of throwing your C4, a perfect time to do it would be when the enemy is reloading their weapon. Some guns make this more difficult than others. For example, if the enemy has a PDW, you may find that they have many more bullets than you expect, and you may prematurely swap to your shield if you're not careful. During your C4 throw, you will be exposing yourself from behind your shield, And whenever possible, you want to do that from behind cover. Although the shield does offer some cover in and of itself, you'll be better off being behind a crate or a box or a car of some sort to totally protect you while you throw it. C4 is a real game changer from the enemy's perspective, because while they think they are safe behind cover, you can quite easily lob it past the cover and kill them. It's worth developing some skill at throwing it through windows also. Enemies will frequently be in buildings, and you can kill them without exposing yourself, or ever even seeing them if you are good at using your mini-map when a UAV is up, or if they are firing their gun. Combining these two things together, throwing the C4 quite far and aiming it well, you'll be surprised how easily you can get it through a window and really do some good work. It's not actually very hard to aim at the windows. Just put your cursor a little bit above it, and most of the times that'll do the trick. If you are going to be using akimbo pistols, which I do like most of the time, the only other pistol I feel is worth running akimbo is the Cap 40. The Beretta is my least favorite, while the 5.7 and the TAC 45 are both worthwhile, especially if you're going to be shooting from behind a planted shield or running a silencer. You'll notice in this game that I found it necessary to switch to an enemy's weapon that I picked up off the ground, because I was not running Scavenger. If you are living long enough to get to high kill streaks, you may find Scavenger to be helpful, particularly as you'll most likely be using C4. I like to run 2 C4 with danger close most of the time. This gives me a bigger buffer before I need to use my pistol to earn through that. It's important to keep track of whether or not you have any C4 remaining, and when you don't, to adjust your gameplay accordingly and position yourself in more close quarter situations that will allow you to effectively use your pistol. Being familiar with the range of your pistol is essential, particularly with the execution. Always try and maintain situational awareness and ambush enemies at every opportunity. Minimize the number of fair fights that you get in, because these lead to your death and end your streaks. Kill Confirmed is a game type that caters strongly to kill streaks because there are many different scoring events, particularly when using a shield, and the use of a shield allows you to get tags that you normally wouldn't be able to without it. Not only do you earn points for the kills and confirms that you get, you can also get assists by causing damage to your opponent, getting a shield assist when an enemy strikes your shield with bullets, points for blocking damage using your shield, which is a little bit different than your shield being hit by bullets. It actually has to block a bullet that would have otherwise hit someone. You can get a lot of assist points via kill streaks that you put up, such as VSAT, EMP, counter UAV, and UAV, as well as the use of tactical equipment such as EMP grenades, stuns, and shot grenades.
EMP systems awaiting orders.
Will also contribute
EMP systems online. Kill confirmed.
Teammates confirming your kills will also get you points, as well as destroying equipment and even destroying UAVs and counter UAVs.
Friendly stealth chopper inbound.
The shield is great for contributing toward winning games of domination because it does crazy amount of
unit awaiting orders.
Get. The kill-death ratio is really quite a poor indicator of good kill confirm play. A better measure is the number of confirms that you get divided by the deaths minus your denials. I recommend the use of the counter UAV as a kill streak during kill confirm, because not only does it do the obvious thing of stopping the enemy from seeing where you are on the mini-map, but it also prevents them from seeing where their own teammates are on the mini-map, as well as no longer indicating where the tags that they have created are. This brings an end to today's video. Once again, thank you for watching, and if you like it, please do subscribe.